Wimbledon AFC host Cardiff City on the 19th of August. It's another midweek game, which we always love. But look, let's set the scene. Wimbledon, managed by Johnny Jackson, had a really difficult start to the season. First game of the season, they faced Luton and they lost. But since then, they've managed to rack up a couple of victories in the league. And of course, they came through the League Cup on penalties. Opponents Cardiff City and the Brian Baron Murphy remain unbeaten for the season. They've won 2, drawn 1 in the league, and of course had a victory versus Swindon Town in the League Cup. But it was the Rotherham victory at the weekend which really caught the eye for Brian Barry Murphy's team. They played some scintillating football with some great individual performances, of course, but it was the team and the patterns of play, the rotations, just the overall performance from the team, which was very dominant. From a team news point of view, Wimbledon, Sam Hutchinson remains out with a abductor issue, but Johnny Jackson will be expected to stick with a similar lineup that secured a very, very impressive victory at Reading at the weekend. Notably though, before this season, defensively they had some frailties, so that'll be interesting to see if Cardiff can highlight that, but they've been pretty good since that Luton game. On the Cardiff side of things, Alex Robertson and Perry NG are not far off, but I think this game might come a little bit too soon for them. I expect them back around the squad, probably for the Luton game at the weekend. For Cardiff, it's simple. They need to replicate their home form and performances away from home. Teams are going to try and take advantage of the fact that they got a young team, average age 22, etc. They're going to be physical. Against Swindon Town in the League Cup last week, they really stood up to that physical side and the aggressive side from Swindon in the second half. So that's a good sign. If Cardiff can get 2 good results from Wimbledon tomorrow and of course Luton Town on Saturday, that will set their season up massively. 2 very difficult trips. Away form has not been Cardiff's best friend in the last 12 to 18 months. Last season their away form was abysmal. So it remains to be seen if they can get that the albatross off their shoulder, as it were. But look, since the Port Vale game is their one away trip of the season and is also the one outlier in terms of performances, apart from that, Cardiff have been very good in every game. I'd go as far to say they've got better with each game. So it's going to be really interesting. There's a few players who I think could really do some damage for Wimbledon. Brown, but Matt Stevens is the one. He's in fine form, scored a couple of goals already. He is a key threat in that midfield area. He could cause Cardiff some problems. On the other side of things, I think Cardiff's midfield is really starting to take shape. Ryan Whittle would be the sitter, and whether it's Joel Colwell with a bit more energy, or David Turnbull who's looking to control possession, and then of course Ruben Colwell, who's been in fantastic form with 3 goals in 3 games. But my key player for Cardiff City tomorrow is going to be David Turnbull. He's just put in 2 of his best performances in a Cardiff City shirt after missing the Peterborough game through a disciplinary issue internally. So that's a really great reaction from him. He needs to keep that form going. But what I think he offers Cardiff away from home is a bit of control in possession. He can dictate the tempo. He's very good at moving and playing off 1 and 2 touches, keeping the ball moving and keep moving the players around. I think he could be very influential for Cardiff in that midfield area. And hopefully he'll be able to link up with the wingers, Ruben Colwell, and with Yusuf Salic, who grabbed his first goal of the season at the weekend, and it looked like a weight was off his shoulders. It's going to be a tough trip for Cardiff. I really believe that. It's going to be tight, but I do think, from a tactical point of view, I think this is going to be quite an open game. I don't think Wimbledon will sit in. They play 3 at the back. I think they're going to try and get at Cardiff. I think they'll be physical, but they do like to play football. I know a lot of websites and whatnot in their previews have done both teams to score. Cardiff defensively have only conceded 1 goal from open play this season. That was against Swindon from a mistake. Other than that, the only goal they've conceded this season was in the opening day against Peterborough, which was a questionable penalty. So defensively, they look solid. If they can continue that defensive solidity, cut out any mistakes, I think they've got enough going forward creatively with the likes of Colwell, Ashford, Isaac Davis, Chris Willock, Yusuf Salic. Ollie Tanner. There's a whole host of players who can get something. But most of all, Cardiff look dangerous from set pieces, whether it's whipping in the corners for the big lads or it's a simple free kick around the edge of the box for Ruben Colwell. That could be the difference on the day, but I really do think Cardiff will have enough going forward as long as they can keep it tight at the back. Nathan Trott, of course, doing a great job in those goals. But that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. And of course, follow DragonSports, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow DragonSports for all your latest Welsh sports news. And of course, if you're a Cardiff City fan, Cardiff City World, which is Cardiff City content 7 days a week.